In this session, we want to do an overview of opportunities, and you would think that because of that, I'm going to go right to opportunity, but I'm actually going to start from accounts. And the reason that I do that is it's going to be very rare that you're creating a blank opportunity. You're almost always going to create it against an account. So I'm going to go to this account, Curtis and the Banshees. I'm going to click into opportunities in our secondary or context-specific navigation, and I'm going to create a new opportunity. I'm not going to do this one in detail. I just want to take you through the basic screen so you get an idea of it. This is essentially an introduction, but the first thing we want to do is name the opportunity. And I think what we're going to come up with is a consistent naming convention that allows you to kind of be able to track these over time. Here on the creation screen, where you see we're asking for a name, we see the account the opportunity is for. We're setting an estimated close date of about 3 weeks out, 20 days out. You can change that, but we wanted to default to something there. We're going to look at a standard sales method, and we'll talk about sales method on the next screen. We start in the discovery stage, and we have defaulted our win probability to 10%. And you can make this hot, warm, or cool when we're starting. And really, you could be done with creating the opportunity there by hitting save and close, but we're going to go to save and continue and look at what's on the more detailed part of the opportunity screen. So here we have the name again, the account, the primary contact. Now this does not necessarily default to the primary contact for the account. You can choose a different contact within the account. So if I have 3 buyers, I can go to any one of those 3 buyers and make them the primary contact on this opportunity. Influencer account is something we're going to use in a different sales method, and I will talk specifically to that when we look at the other influencer sales method, but I'm doing an introduction right now. So it defaults me as the owner because I'm creating the opportunity. There are no attachments. If I have documents I want to attach, I can do that by clicking the plus sign here. This is a standard sales method. We have 2. One is standard sale, one is influencer sale. Standard sale is where I'm selling to my customer. An influencer sale is where I am selling to a distributor who is being influenced to purchase those products by their end customer. And we'll talk about that specifically in a separate session. Every sales method has sales stages. This particular one has discovery, approval, submitted sample order, proposal, internal negotiation, review, negotiation, and closed. Now, it's important to know these sales stages because some of them actually trigger alerts. And when we go through an opportunity in more detail, we'll look at which ones of those trigger alerts. A lot of different things go on when you progress your sales stage. So this is how we're going to actually make sure that we're moving an opportunity forward. For example, if I click on submitted sample order, what you're going to find is that all of a sudden a sample order button pops up right up here. But I'm still in discovery. And if I go back to discovery, the sample order button is gone. So there's a lot that happens with that sales stage. Win probability, we default that when you move it along. So when I go from approval or discovery to approval, you can see this goes up to 20%. You can change that manually to whatever you want. Here's the rank. There's that close date. I've got a status for the opportunity: lost, no sale, open, and won. If there are competitors, if this is a competitive bid situation and we've been tracking those competitors in the system, we can pick them here. We'll do a separate session on competitors. This is where I pick the price list. This price list has defaulted from the account. In most cases, you just want to leave the price list that's associated with the account. This will bring me back the amount of the opportunity. The currency is going to be US dollars. The PO number I use when the order comes back in. So we're going to create this opportunity, and then when we get the PO, we want to come back in here, enter it into the opportunity itself, and then close the opportunity. That creates a bit of a closed loop for us. So the PO number is something you add when you get either the email or the faxed order coming over from the customer. Additional notes is anything you would want to say. Now, Sales Coach is another interesting feature of the opportunity because Sales Coach gives me some coaching as I go through the different stages. So I am in the standard sale, stage discovery. Here are my action items. If I move this to approval, you'll see that my action items change and that there are some recommended documents that I can link to directly. So Sales Coach is going to help you move through the process of the opportunity. You're going to find that in some cases you don't need the action items, but you probably do need to link to documents like the new account setup form. So these links are actually pretty handy over here because it takes us right into the system where the form resides. Okay, again, I change stage. It's going to change Sales Coach. It's going to change recommended documents. You can flip through those and look. And it's not going to do any of that alerting until I save it. So that's why I feel pretty comfortable bouncing back around in sales stage right now as we're looking at this. Then the other part of the opportunity is I'm going to add products to it. And we're going to do a whole separate session on adding products and what that looks like. But know that you're going to start always with the add button, and it will always bring up an item number with a hyphen and a name with a hyphen. And again, we'll look at that in detail when we go into creating an opportunity in detail. But I wanted to give you the overview. Biggest thing to remember on this page really is the sales stages, because those are going to kick off activities for us, and the sales coach, because it has linkages here. So in terms of an overview, that's what opportunities look like.